here at No Contest, we spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. So we had to bring out the man who brought it all in fashion, Carlito.
Carlito, welcome to the pod.
Man, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And you see he has an apple with him. All right.
Just people come and hand me apples all the time.
I'm going to watch my words so I don't get it spat on me as Gorilla Monsoon.
Usually they take the apples away because of that, so I'm hoping. But this will go good. I have
what?
It's going to keep us on our P's and Q's. So
100%.
Yeah,
I mean, this is close vicinity, right? What started the apple? What was there a conversation?
It was just some rip off of like old Razor Ramon vignettes.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at one, he was I think it was at somewhere at a fruit stand or something, and he grabbed some kind of fruit. Okay. And then when they did mine, I guess they just rehashed it, and then it happened to be an apple.
Right.
And then they loved it. They spat in the guy's face. They said, "Man, you should keep on doing that." So you know what? I'm the one spitting the apple. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
Has there ever been somebody where you're like, "Damn, I really got them"?
It's weird, man. People are weird about it. People when you pitch it, people take it like it's a badge of honor. You know what I mean?
What?
Or they get excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so synonymous that I can see
it's
that.
Fuck all that.
Yeah, I've never had anybody nah, I ain't doing that. No, they kind of like put a smile on their face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the time on the street too, people ask me, "Man, would you spit in my face?" I said,
I mean, have you done that?
Why would you want that? No, I haven't done it because there's probably legal issues with that. You know what I mean? So,
Come on, y'all.
Wait, you mean they don't even want the apple? They just literally want
they
you?
want me to get. They go, if I brought you an apple, would you spit in my face? I said,
I brought you an apple. Can you spit in my face? I'll take
wrestling
a picture.
fan.
I'll take a picture or something.
Wrestling fans were a weird breed, Carlito. You know that.
I guess. You are right there. Yeah, right there.
Now, we're here for WWE 2K25. For people who've been playing 2K for a while, you have gone from somebody that we've had to get from the creation community. So like people
for years they'd be sending me, "Hey, I made you in the game."
Exactly, yeah. But like now you here, in it, man. How does it feel? You got do you game? Do you play the game? You got any younger relatives that are into it?
I'm sure I got nephews and stuff that play that. I hadn't played since I don't know, like 2010 or something.
Yeah.
So it was crazy to, but then again, it's really not that big of a deal because it got so good at those make things. It practically looks just the model they have now. Yeah, so it's like
some of the people out there are like really good.
Right, really good at it. Yeah.
You guys got to figure out how to make money off that sometime.
One, they're really good, and two, they got a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah. They got the eye.
Yeah, spend much time on it.
Exactly.
Carly, I look at your career and I kind of like compare you to that rookie sensation that wins the championship their first year. You go out, you win the Intercontinental title, your very first match on TV that we saw. Like going back, did you think, all right, this is just going to be easy? Because getting a title that early
I grew up in the business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, it's been a job. You know, so I never got like a big head or anything. I kind of knew the way it works. So yeah, to me, it was just it's just another day at the office.
Yeah.
Now,
good day at the office, but another day.
Solid day.
Yeah, solid day at the office, but still another.
If I'm not mistaken, you won the U.S. belt your first time out.
Intercontinental, first time on Raw. Yeah.
So. All right, so growing up in the business, being aware of everything that goes into it, how people, a lot of the times it's right place, right time as far as opportunity. Tell me what it felt like to be one of those people, to be blessed with the opportunity, and what's it like going home with that belt? Laying your head on the pillow as Intercontinental Champion of the world.
I'm trying to remember. At that point, I think they didn't let us take the belt with us.
Oh!
You'd have to send and get the replica.
All right.
I don't think, buddy. I don't think I would have. Oh, who knows? Back in the day, I was a little crazy, so who knows? I might have done some stuff with the. Thank God, I think by that time it wasn't like cell phones and that. So
right.
I don't think I would have had the urge to take pictures or something with the belt or something.
Well, no, you did. You grew up. Your father, legendary wrestler himself. What was life for you like growing up with a dad who was just a wrestling superstar? Like you, young Carlito, growing up. What was it like?
It was crazy, man. But it opened up to the experience of what being a wrestler is. You know what I mean? So I saw, I don't really get bothered by people asking for autographs or people get mad when they're eating or something.
Yeah.
But it's just, I'd see it as a kid. It's just part of the gig. You know what I mean? It's so I don't complain about things that I signed up for. That I knew about before I signed up. It was something that I didn't know. Okay, but if you knew beforehand, you just accept it. You know what I mean? Sure, it could be a pain, but it is what it is.
With your dad, like when you go to school, because he told me a story once, about his dad, that he didn't quite realize his dad was in NWA.
Right.
you going to school growing up, like, did you realize who Carlos Colon was, or did you just like, oh, that's just my dad, and I'm sure your friends
We probably have the same experience. It's just dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not. Yeah, it's nothing. It's just dad.
Yeah.
It's what he does. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Whenever people are like, what's it like,
That's all you
growing
know,
up
right?
with Ice Cube, and I'm like, well, he eats cereal at night, makes me take out the trash.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's like it's like
That's all you know,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So like, growing up in the entertainment industry, watching my dad do music and do movies, I didn't really get hit like with the cinema bug until I'm like in college. When did you get bit by the wrestling bug where you were like, you know what, I want to go this route?
Well, like I said before, like I grew up in the business, so I had every kind of job that you could have within. Because my dad runs his promotion still in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So I started off in like the canteen selling sodas and things we call empanadillas, which anyway, people in Puerto Rico know. From there, I went to beer hawker. I'd be the one, beer, cold beer.
Yeah.
From there to putting up the ring. Then I think from there, cameraman, and then like the next logical step was become a wrestler. I was like, about 19 when I started. I kind of saw, I was like, I'm kind of the same size as these guys. I could probably do this. So it was just an evolution. Then once college didn't pan out, I realized books wasn't for me. Studying wasn't really for me. I said, you know what, I'm gonna stick to this wrestling thing, see how far it goes.
I feel that when my first job ever was a PA on a movie set, and after that, I worked crew for my dad when he was on tour. So like just being in that environment, it's easy to kind of see your avenue on how you could fit in. Something that we ask every episode.
You guys have great first jobs, because my first job was at Red Lobster.
Red Lobster,
So,
yeah.
Shout out to Red Lobster. My parents' first day was at Red Lobster.
I'm lucky. I've never had I call it a real job. Everything's been wrestling related. So,
Hey, that's a hard ass job.
right?
yeah.
But we asked this question for everybody who's on NCW. You're in a bar. There's 50 dudes that.
Oh, the fight question. Who would I take with me?
Oh, you know about this?
You know?
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah, we need four other superstars with you. So make sure you get to the car to beat those 50
I would
dudes.
probably say Haku. I just heard stories. I'm sure the old timers will tell you that.
We should probably have to asterisk and be like, other than Haku.
Yeah, right.
Probably take Brock, just
Makes
because
sense.
by looking,
Solid one,
I don't
too.
think you have to do anything. Just looking at him, they say, you know what? Third guy, this is just a fight, right?
Yeah,
Fight, I think. Probably Bobby Lashley.
that's a good one.
Bobby Lashley or Shelton, either of those two. Shelton's quiet,
Yeah.
and but he's
I've heard stories.
an assassin. Yeah, he's an assassin. You don't want to get him at it. And then fourth, I'd probably be my dad. He didn't talk about it a lot to me, but the stories I hear from all the old timers. Because remember, he's a black Puerto Rican in the South back in them days. You know what I mean? So
Head on the swivel.
you had to fight. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I hear a whole bunch of like stuff that would happen, and he wouldn't handle it. You know what I mean?
Your pops was a top guy for well over 2 decades. Too,
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
he got the job done.
And he's,
Hey, Kurt, let me ask you. We're gonna give you a chance to go back in time and pick 3 wrestlers to main event WrestleMania with. Which 3 people would you choose to set it off?
For me to wrestle against?
Yes.
Probably have to be Macho Man,
Ooh.
Randy Macho Man Savage.
I think that's the first time I've heard much for some weird reason.
Macho Man, I just think he's the guy that, most guys either have one or the other. They're great in-ring performers or they're great on the mic.
Yeah.
I just felt like he was one of the few guys that was both. You know what I mean? Probably Stone Cold Steve Austin just because of the paycheck. You know what I mean? Would have been huge.
You're buying a summer house
At
with that,
the end of the day, yeah. At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to. And then a third guy, I'm trying to think. Probably my brother. Let's go sentimental. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Go family.
Nice.
So that'd be a cool thing. Just brothers headlining a WrestleMania.
That's lovely right there.
Now, you growing up in the business, it's a little wonky of a question because I'm sure you were privy to everything that was going on. But is there a time when you watching as a fan where wrestling broke your heart?
Wrestling broke my heart.
Yeah, we've had answers like the Undertaker streak getting destroyed. That broke Braun Breaker. We just heard Bailey say when Edge kissed Lita. Like,
Really?
Yeah. So like, is there a
Hardy
moment
Boys
in
fan.
time as a fan where you watched where wrestling broke your heart? You're why God? Why no?
Like I said, I was never like a fan of wrestling. It was just you know, it's just what I do. You know what I mean? What I've grown up in. So yeah, I never got into. Oh, you know, actually, maybe one time, probably Puerto Rico, when Abdullah Butcher threw ammonium in my dad's eyes and was blind for. Which kind of sucked because I was in high school or something, and they wanted me to be on camera, like looking down and crying. And I was like, I'm not gonna cry on camera, and I didn't understand the business or whatever. So I'm not gonna cry on camera. No, because I'm a kid. My friends are gonna make fun of me at school. And I said, I don't want to. No, just say it'll sell the thing. So I ended up doing it, and that's one thing that kind of broke my heart. I just had to go on TV and cry.
That is definitely the heaviest answer we've got. Go ahead.
You had to run with the company. Then you went away for a few years. You returned during the Puerto Rico pay-per-view, which was one of the greatest spectacles I think that WWE has ever had.
Ever.
How has the company, the locker room changed between the last time you were here and now?
It's night and day. I've been talking about it. I call it boring, but it's a good boring. You know what I mean? It's not what it used to be. But I mean, it needed to be cleaned up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now it's been replaced with like protein shakes and video games in the back, which is. I remember I was like with Lillian Garcia and maybe R-Truth. We were just talking about. We were at some gathering and everything was just so tame, so low key. I said, "Wow, man, this thing's really changed. Really boring." But
everybody evolved a little.
But it's a good boring. You know what I mean? It's what it needed. It couldn't have maintained the way it was going because we were just out of they were out of their minds back then. I was just along for the ride, you know, partaking a lot of that stuff.
Man, one of these days we got to get you on our show, give us a full interview, bro.
Yeah, man, I love that.
Thank you so much for coming on. The coolest there is, Carlito, everybody. Thank you, man. Watch new episodes of No Contest Wrestling every Wednesday or listen wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow us at No Contest Wrestling Podcast on Instagram.